This evening we'll be evaluating Kathy Short's inquiry model addressed within the Short and Burke article, Curriculum as Inquiry. We'll present an overview of the inquiry model and consider the philosophy that underpins Short's ideas. As primary educators, the focus of our critique centres around the issues which may arise when putting this model into practice.
Short defines inquiry as a stance in which students aim to seek an explanation which builds upon and beyond their current understandings by posing problems and aiming to solve them. It requires a major shift in thinking in relation to how educators view students, the curriculum, learning and teaching. This stance aligns with the IB philosophy in that it encourages lifelong learning, develops the attributes of the learner profile and strives for global citizenship.
The model is democratic. The control is shifted from the traditional teacher-student relationship to a collaborative process. Here, all members of the community are involved in negotiating the curriculum, and all aspects of diversity should not only be considered, but celebrated. This has led us to wonder whether these essential properties, as listed in front of you, are somewhat idealistic. Our beliefs are deeply ingrained within us and traditional modes of practice, reflecting upon our professional experience in order to be a true democracy. The stance needs to be accepted and valued community-wide.
Short's inquiry cycle can be likened to the authoring cycle, as the learner is engaged in constructing meaning about themselves and the world. The cycle shown illustrates the phases in the ongoing inquiry process, beginning with connecting to the essence of the central idea through concepts.
Short identifies 3 ways of knowing, which include personal and social, knowledge systems and sign systems. The connection phase links to the personal and social knowing in that an inquiry can only begin with what the learners already know, perceive and feel.
Learners are invited to expand on their existing knowledge and are brought into a stage of tension where they develop their deep questions and pose problems. They go on to investigate these by creating plans and collaborating with their peers and teacher. Throughout the process, they will need to engage in ongoing reflection in order to pull it together and go public with what they have learned. Learners consider the value of their new understanding and focus on the so what of their inquiry and on the tensions that have emerged from their investigations.
As Grade 3 teachers, we know this model is promoting student agency, but is it differentiating to meet the needs of students at their proximal zone of development?
This question has raised some tensions around the role of the educator. In this model, the educator is positioned as a facilitator, first engaging students through connection, then expanding their knowledge by front-loading, provoking and guiding inquiry at this point in time. The major shift comes at the investigation stage, to which the educator steps back from the content, however steps right up in managing and assessing student needs. Constructivists such as Vygotsky and Dewey have found that students construct meaning through social engagement. Therefore, the educator must ensure there is meaningful collaboration. The teacher also shares experiences with students through moments of explicit teaching.
For us, a conflict arises as we work in a government school and are bound by the curriculum. The curriculum has a tendency to separate knowledge into content areas, isolating skills, facts and concepts. But Short proposes that we should approach learning by looking at the world through different knowledge systems, which aligns with the IB's transdisciplinary model. Under this model of inquiry, it is possible to examine multiple perspectives across many knowledge systems, whilst meeting the particular subject areas within the curriculum.
Teachers need to be open-minded to creating and communicating meaning through many sign systems. Students also need to be scaffolded to improving their ability to communicate effectively using this wide scope of signs. In order for this to be achieved, once again, a major shift in the whole community needs to take place.
Short defines inquiry as a stance of being off balance, which some learners may find really uncomfortable. She insists that this uncomfortable tension is responsible for driving learners to move forward. This feeling of tension resonates with us at this stage of our teaching and learning journey, particularly because in order to personally implement and embrace this model, we must evaluate what we do now and how it needs to change.